On a Saturday morning, and Mike, in sport, which is your domain, obviously, we love winners and we love characters, don't we? And sometimes those two things come together.
Yeah, and a lot of snooker fans were really rooting for Ronnie O'Sullivan at this year's World Championship, hoping he could finally win that record-setting 8th world title. At the moment, he's level on 7 with the great Stephen Hendry. Could this have been his year? Well, it's not going to be. He's out, and a penny for your thoughts there, Ronnie, as he looks rather pensive there. It was an absolute thrashing at the Crucible in the semi-finals, and so we now wait to see what he'll do next, because he has had breaks from the sport before, hasn't he, to try and get his mind right. He is one of the great characters, though, isn't he, of the sport. He's not used to suffering such a heavy defeat, though, at snooker's iconic Crucible Theatre. In fact, you have to go back to 1994 for the last time it was like this. Not even changing the tip of his new cue midway through his match against Zhao Sing Tong could stop the Chinese star's dominance. Sing Tong grew up idolising O'Sullivan, like so many of us, and seemed almost embarrassed as he won by 17 frames to 7 in Sheffield. He thanked Ronnie afterwards. He won it with a session to spare. Sing Tong only returned to the tour last year after a 20-month ban for his part in a betting scandal. Now he's just one win away from becoming China's first ever world snooker champion. O'Sullivan, well, he had no excuses.
I've been awful for quite a while. Just them performances are in there. They've been coming out quite regular recently, so yeah.
It's hard to obviously sum anything up at this particular junction, but the desire, the fight, the want to be here, it's all still there?
I'd like it to be. I'd just like to play all right, you know, and you know, I just felt like I never gave him a game, so that's a bit disappointing, you know.
At the moment, it's really hard to say who Sing Tong will face in the final. The second semi between the world #1 Judd Trump and the 3-time champion Mark Williams is so tight the two men are locked at 8 frames apiece heading into this morning's action. You can follow it all on the BBC.